In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful sweater, and it works up very quickly. Okay, so you can make this in any size and length that you like. So if you're a beginner, the stitches used here are single crochet back loop only for this, and this is half double crochet back loop only, and we use alternative stitches between single crochet and slip stitch for this part here. I made the sleeves here to be just snug and fit into my arms. So if you like big balloony slouchy type of sleeves, you can make the sleeve panels longer and you can leave a wider armhole. Okay, so to make this sweater, you need to take your own measurement, and you can make this with any type of yarn and hook size that you are comfortable with. Okay, so when you make your panels, just make sure to count the number of stitches you're doing in the first panels, be it of the main body of the sweater or the sleeve panels. So let's get to the tutorial. So you will start the sweater with half double crochet. So I'm making the chainless foundation of half double crochet, and you are going to need measurement for this one. So take the measurement from the shoulder, right where you want your sweater to be at. Okay, so I'm going to make mine at 16 inches, so that 14 inches will be I will make it with half double crochet, and the remaining 2 inches here I will do it with single crochet, so we'll have the ribbing at the same time. Okay, so you will start by making your half double crochet. So you release one loop and you release all three, and that's your half double crochet. Like that. And you are going to make your half double crochet until you get to the length that you need your sweater to be, like I showed you. So here, after 14 inches with half double crochet, you can make any length you want, there's no rule. So the remaining parts here I will do it with single crochet. For half double crochet you yarn over. For single crochet you simply insert your hook through these loops like that. So you take one loop and you release two, and that's your first single crochet. So I'm going to make 10 single crochet here. So this is 2, and this is 3, 4, and I'm going to make 10. So for the next row, actually it's the same row only, we are going to work with single crochet back loop and half double crochet back loop only. So the first stitch and the last stitch we will work it through both the loops. Okay, so it will be secure, not too loose. So I'll chain one, so the chain one here will not count as my stitch. So through both the loops I'm going to make single crochet, and the rest here I will have 9 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3 back loop only, so 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So when you have a look like this one, you can see a difference between the structure of a half double crochet and a single crochet. So you don't need to keep a marker if you know the difference here. If you take a close look, you'll see the difference. So you will always have 10 single crochet in this part. When you go up, you make 10 single crochet, and when you go down also, your last half double crochet will be in this stitch, and then you will always have 10 single crochet in this ribbing here. So for this part also, we work the same way with half double crochet only, back loop. Like that. So back loop only and continue this line. So the last one here in the chain 2, this is the chain 2. So on that chain 2 through both the loops, like that. And to start the new row again, you will need to chain 1, turn, and in the first stitch here you are going to make your half double crochet through both the loops, and for the rest we are going to work back loop only. And like this, okay, back loop only. I will meet you right here. And when you are here also, you will see the difference between a half double crochet and single crochet. So when you see a single crochet, just work back loop only with single crochet. So if you count, you will always have 10. So that's 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one through both the loops, like that, and it will look like this. So you are going to repeat this. We need to take the measurement. Okay, so I'm taking measurement. I'm taking the measurement from this sweater here. This will be like a drop shoulder cardigan. As you can see, the shoulder part here is really wide, so this sits right on my upper arm. So this measures about 7.5 inches. I'm not going to make the full measurement because this here it will stretch when we use it, so I'll go at least to 7 inches. So if you're over 7 if you're little over 7 inches, that will still do. So after that we will start the shaping for the neckline. Okay, so I'll show you. And for now you just repeat the same. Start with single crochet and then half double crochet until you get to the measurement that you need. Okay, so before we move forward here, for this part here I have 7.5 inches. So if you are a bigger person and if you need the sweater to be in a bigger size, you can add more rounds in this part, more rows to make it bigger. Okay, because we are making the oversized type of cardigan, so we will need this part to be bigger. So for me this will be perfect because I'm not a big person. So, and we will have 2 similar panels like this one. Okay, I already made this is the front panel and this will be my back panel, so you will need to have 2 similar panels. So we'll need to have the same number of rows here. So here I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10.5. This is the half, so 21 rows. So I have the same in here as well, so let me turn that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and this is the half. So after you get the measurement that you need for this shoulder part here, we will do this for the contour of the neck. Okay, So if you like a deeper neck, you can go up to 3.5 or 3.5 inches from here. Okay, I think 4 will be too deep, so this here I made 3 inches. So you take the measurement. I use measurement only, so here for me it's 3 inches, and 3 inches I have 14 stitches here. So you take the measurement and count the number of the stitches that covers the measurement and put your marker right like I put in here. Okay, so for the back you are going to leave more stitches, for the front. So I left here 14 stitches for this part, and since this is my back panel, I'm going to do only 10. So I will count my stitches here: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and I'm keeping my marker there. So the front will be lower than the back, and the process is the same only. So when you get to the measurement that you need for this part, so when you return, this is the row that I'm returning to get to the stop here. You keep on working until you get to the marker. Okay, so this will be the last stitch here, and for the last one, please make it through both the loops so it'll be more like secure. So make your half double crochet and chain 1, turn, and then you will repeat the same. It's the same repeat as this one, except that we left this part. So here I made this part to be at 5 inches, as you can see here. I work 5 inches at this length only. After the 5 inches, and you take your own measurement if you like to have it at 5 inches, 5.5, or if you make it you're making it in bigger size, you can have up to 6 inches also for this part. You take your own measurement and see how many rows it covers for this measurement. So for me here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 13 rows. I have 13 rows, and you count yours. Okay, so which means I will have the same number of rows from this side as well. So I already worked this one, so the next one will be this. So you'll need to have the same number of rows on both the panels. So you complete this side, this part after that we will do this side again. So for this part also it's the same repeat, and you continue to work until your last stitch here only. So when you are doing this part, you will have your rows in odd number. Okay, and on the last row, which is the row that you go to the top like this one, you are going to count the number of the stitches that you skip from this part. So here I skipped 10, so I'm going to make 11 chains in this part here. For this one I skipped 14, so I chained 15. The one chain is my turning chain. So here I'm going to chain 11 to get to the length of this. Okay, don't make your chain too tight. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and yarn over, and you leave this first chain because it's your turning chain, and from the second chain on the back bump only you will work your half double crochet. So the number of half double crochet you skip from this part, you should have the same here. So 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 1, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th one here. I have 10 half double crochet, and for the rest again you continue working back loop only as usual. Okay, so this is the first row of this, so I'm keeping my marker on this part again. You need to have the same number of rows from both sides of your shoulder. So this is the first row, which is this. Okay, continue. So this will be the second row for this part, so I will move my marker onto the next row here, or you just count how many rows you did from this side and you do the same number of rows from this side. So here I made 21 rows, so I'm going to do the same in here, and from this part the repeat is the same. As you can see, it's the same in here as well. And when you get to that number of rows, or whichever number that you did from this part, okay, so if you use your measurement, if you made it bigger or smaller, maybe you will have a different number of rows than mine. So count the number of rows that you did from this part, and you do the same in here as well. So when you get to that, when you have the same number of rows, we will join the parts together. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. So my last row here, the 21st row, ends in this part, so I'm not cutting in my yarn. So when you finish, this is my back panel. So when you finish both the panels, when you finish both of your panels, you place your panels like this. One, you will have these rows facing this side, and this one will have you will have the rows facing that side, and like that. So take your yarn, and we will join the shoulder parts first. We will join this. So make a slip knot, and if you need, you can keep a marker, place a marker or a safety pin here, just to keep your rows in line like that. Insert your hook on your first row here, chain 1, and I'm going to join this part with single crochet. So insert your hook and make your single crochets. Like that until the end of the row here. And if you prefer sewing, you can use your needle also to join this part together, but I think this is the easier way to do this, so I'm doing this. And you can cut your yarn here, secure, and you can do the same from here to here. Okay, do what you did in here. After that I'll show you what to do. So I did not really count how many single crochets I did there. I just insert my hook wherever I get the space and make my single crochet. So I'm going to do the same in this part also. So the shoulders are joined, and now you can take the measurement from this part. We will start from this side where we have this yarn first. Oh, here it is. So I'm starting from the side that I have my yarn here. So I'm taking the measurement about a little bit less than 7 inches from this side, because this already sits on the upper arm, not on the shoulder, so I'm not going to make it bigger. And you can place this on yourself, and you can take the measurement of your upper arm to make the armhole here. And I'll keep my marker here, and then you will count your stitches from both the panels. Okay, count the number of stitches that you have here, and then you will count the same number of stitches from this side, and you can keep a marker from the other side as well. And you are going to count the same number of stitches from these sides here also. So I have 25 stitches from both sides, 25 and 25, and I'm going to join this panel here. I'm using single crochet only, so I don't really like sewing my crochet pieces. So if you like sewing, you can just cut your yarn and then continue with sewing also. So here I insert my hook here. I'll just take the loop and I'm joining with single crochet again. So from the next stitch of this to the next stitch from the other side, single crochet from here, so I'll just join with single crochet like this until I reach the stitches before my marker here. So here I'm here, and I'm going to cut my yarn, secure, and you will need to count the same number of stitches that you have in this space in here also, and you do the same thing. You join with single crochet. After that we will do the ribbing for the neck first, and then we'll do the sleeves. Turn your work onto the right side like this. This is the back, and you can see the front is a little bit lower. So insert your hook into one of the stitches here in the back, and we are going to work with one row of single crochet first before we do the ribbing for the neck, just to make it a little bit nicer or neater. So work one row of single crochet around the neckline, all around. Okay, I'll see you right here again. So when you are here, insert your hook and make a slip stitch, and we are going to work the ribbing. So if you like to have the same length as this part, you will make 11 chains for 10 single crochet, and I'm not going to do that, so I'll do 8 chains for 7 single crochet. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and on the second chain, back bump only, do single crochet. So I'll have 7. That's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And when you have a look like this, when you take a closer look, this stitch you already have the chain for that, so you are going to skip this one row here, or one stitch here. You already have the chain, skip this one, and into the second stitch you are going to make a slip stitch like that. So you will have one stitch in between your slip stitches from the next row on. So count this as a slip stitch, and this is a slip stitch, so you will have one stitch in between, and then you will turn, and when you do this right here is not your stitch, this is your first stitch, this one. So make your single crochet there, 1, and then you'll do back loop, 2 3 4 5 6, and the last one through both the loops here like that. So you'll chain 1 again, and it's the same repeat, the first one through both the loops, and then I'll have back loop, that's 3 4 5 6, and the 7th one in this stitch here. So just insert your hook, or you can insert your hook just in here, or you can take this loop here also and just make it there. It works the same. So you will leave this one where you have your slip stitch, skip the stitch, and slip stitch in the second. So you will have something like this. So I think you are clear now. So slip stitch, you turn, and we repeat this all around. And when you do this, please remember this right here is not your stitch. If you make your single crochet right there, you will have an extra stitch in your ribbing. So this one here is your first stitch. So if you keep doing this, if you remember just this part, then you will not have to count your stitches on every row. You can just continue working. So that 1 2 3 4 5 6, and the 7th one. Then you chain 1 and you turn. I'll show you one more time, and then you can do it on your own. That's 2 3 4 5 6. You can either insert your hook here or look for the loop in here and make your last single crochet. Skip this, you already have the slip stitch, you leave this one and into that, and you will have something like this, and slip stitch, and then continue. I will see you when you are right here. So this is my last row, and it ends there. So this is how you should end it, okay, if it's possible. So when we join, we will have the same impression like the others here, the ribbing impression. So when you finish that one, just do this, and from your first stitch here, take that loop, chain one, and we can join with slip stitch. And just like that until you finish here. Okay, so when you finish here, insert your hook into the sweater and close your loop. I got my yarn too long, so it shouldn't be this long. Okay, so this long will do, and you can use your needle to weave in your ends, and then your neckline is done. This is how it looks, and you can try and have a fit check by now. So you can seriously do that, because we are going to take the measurement for the sleeve. You can put this on yourself and see where this part sits on your arm, and you take the measurement from that part to the wrist here, and that measurement will be the length for the sleeve here. So we will do the same thing for the sleeve. I use the same method, a half double crochet row, and then single crochet row when I go down, and when I go up I use slip stitches, because using all single crochet this will be much wider than I needed it to be, so I'm doing that. I'm alternating between slip stitches and single crochet back loop. So this is the measurement of the sleeve. When I'm working with this type of sweater, this drop shoulder type, I will usually make my sleeves a bit shorter than the usual ones. So this here I'm going to show you. So I can't find my measuring tape, so I'm using this one. This is actually when I already made a shape here, so but the actual length is 15 inches, okay, because it's curved in here now. So whichever length that you get, you will count. Sorry, you will make your half double crochet into that length. So I have 15 inches from here to here, and then I made here 13 inches with half double crochet, and the remaining 2 inches here with the same number of single crochet like I did in here. So since we started with the same way here, I'm not going to show you again, so I'm just going to explain a little. So you will start with half double crochet the same way we started when we start the sweater itself, and you are going to work the same way with single crochet when you are going down. But on the second row of your sleeve, you are going to work with slip stitches like I'm going to show you here. And here you see this is my single crochet row, which is my first row, and the second one here is a slip stitch back loop only. So this is how we get when that is repeated. So you are going to chain one for your every turning row. You are going to chain one, and the first one I'm going to do it through both the loops. So I'm making a slip stitch here, and you will have 9 slip stitches back loop only. So look into your back loop and make your slip stitch just like that. And the repeats again, it's the same, just like how we did in the body of the Kara sweater. And this is how it looks from one side, and from the other side it looks like that. So if you pay close attention again, here you will see the structure of your single crochet is different than from that of a half double crochet. So you'll definitely know where to put your crochet hook and make your half double crochet. So like that. And then when you turn and when you are here again, I'll show you. So when you go down to this part here, you are going to work with single crochet back loop only. And here also you will see the difference between your half double crochet stitch and your slip stitch. So into the back loop of that slip stitch, you are going to make your 10 single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you will always have the same number if you pay attention to those little details in here. Okay, like that. And then you will chain 1 again, and whenever you go up, you are going to make your slip stitches, and you continue to make your panels like this, your sleeve, until when you fold this in half like this here will be equal to this one. So I made my first panel here for the sleeve. So as you can see, when I keep it like that, it's of the same size. So I made my rows in even number. I have like 32 rows here, and when you get to that size that you need, you are going to fold this in half. Choose your wrong side. Okay, this will be my wrong side, so I'm doing this. So I will join with slip stitches here. So into the first stitch here, take that loop, chain 1, and I'm going to just use slip stitches all the entire sleeve. So slip stitch, and don't make your slip stitches too tight on your sleeve. So just slip stitch like that. I will show you right here. So when you are here also, just do the same thing with your slip stitches here. Insert your hook. This is a single crochet row, and that one, the last one, is a slip stitch row. So you insert your hook into those stitches and make your slip stitch. Just like that until you finish this line here. And you can cut your yarn here. Secure, and then you can turn this into the right side like this, and you can use your marker or a safety pin to keep this in place. So you do this, and you turn from the inside of the sweater. This is the inside. So you make a slip knot, and we can join with, this is the seam, you can see this here, and this is the seam of the body or the underarm. So insert your hook there and make your single crochet. So here I'm going to join with single crochet. Just insert your hook into each of the stitch from this side and onto the sleeve and join with single crochet like that. And you can take these tails with you while you join your sleeve. And do this all around. Okay, I'll see you right here again. So when you are here, just insert your hook into your first stitch and slip stitch, cut your yarn secure, and your sweater is turning out beautiful like this. See, one sleeve is done, and you do the same thing with the other one, and then you can weave in your ends and cut the tails. So if you like my video, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you so much.